Hello everyone, this is going to be the last video for today's lecture. In this video, I'll be going through demo problem 1, which will enable us to create a recursive function for pretty printing. What exactly is pretty printing? You take a nested data structure and create a pretty display out of the nested data structure. The input to this problem is going to be recursive lists. Recall the definition for recursive data structures. When you have a list which contains another list, which in turn contains more lists, you have a recursive list, correct? The output is going to be the pretty display down here. How are we going to determine the indent level of each item? That depends on which list that item is going to be part of. For example, A and B are direct items part of the outer list, so they are going to be at indent level 0, whereas 1, 2, 3 are part of one level of nested list which is within the outer list, so they are going to be at indent level 1. Similarly, the Roman letters of 1 and 2 are going to be at indent level 2 because they're part of a nested list which is part of the inner list, which is part of the outer list over here. As we mentioned in some of the previous lectures and emails, we have a template notebook file for you to download and follow along the demo. Right now, I'm having some issues with respect to the website sync. I'm hoping that by the time you watch this video, I would have been able to upload the template file here. I have created a copy of the template file into a different notebook. I'm going to use that to answer all of these questions. Make sure to go through the review problem to do a review of different types of copy. Let's go through recursion demo 1 questions. First question is asking, what is the simplest example for this problem? That is going to determine the base case for it. So we need to create a pretty display out of a nested data structure, correct? The simplest example in this particular case is simply going to be one standalone list which doesn't have any other nested list. So let me go ahead and type that. So that's going to be standalone list passed as argument to pretty underscore print function. Right, the next question is asking how can you define self-reference? Recall that's step number 2 in our process of creating a recursive solution. So you already know how to solve the problem for one standalone list. It's very easy to display the items within just a standalone list. How do you deal with the first level of nesting here? So you can just treat that as a standalone list by itself and deal with it, correct? So you can just pass as an argument to the pretty print function. Again, this inner list which acts as another standalone list. So this is simply going to be self-reference can be defined by passing nested list as argument to pretty underscore print function. That's going to define the recursive case over here. Let's start writing the code for this recursive function. I've already included the function's definition line for you. The function name is pretty underscore print. It takes one parameter, which is items. Items is simply going to contain a reference to the nested data structure object that we want to create a pretty display out of. I've also copy pasted the example of nested data structure from the slide into a variable called data. For now, let me go ahead and print items. Looks like that's working without any issues. Let's use a simpler example to start writing our recursive function. Let me use a standalone list which contains 3 items A, B, and C. We want to be able to display each item in a standalone list on its own line with a bullet point, correct? How can we do that? I just need to iterate over each item. So I'm going to write a for loop. I'm going to say for v in items, print v, and I also want to add a bullet point in front of v. So I'm going to add star and a space before printing v. So let me go ahead and test this for the simple example. It seems to be working without any issues. So this is going to be the base case over here. So how do we take this to the next level? How do we deal with a nested list within the outer list over here? Let's switch to the other example. We already determined that self-reference can easily be defined by passing the nested list as an argument one more time by calling the pretty underscore print function, correct? So how can we determine if v here is a nested list or not? Recall that you can use the type built-in function, and you can say if type of v equal to list, then do something, else just print the item, because that's not a list, which is a nested list. So what are we going to do inside the if? That's going to be our recursive case here, correct? We are going to simply call pretty underscore print function by passing v as an argument to it. Let's go ahead and test this particular example over here. Not a bad output. We have kind of flattened the list of list nested data structure here, and we have every item displayed on its own line. What is lacking with this particular version of the recursive function is that we don't have indent level for nesting here, right? How can we handle the indent for nesting? Let's think about this. So the items which are directly present in your outermost list should be at indent level 0, whereas the items which are present inside the first level of nested list should be at indent level 1, and then the next level of nested list should be indent level 2, and so on. This is so naturally recursive. So you start at level 0, and if you're calling your function again, you want to move on to level 1, correct? So let's handle this by defining a new parameter called indent to take care of nesting level. All right, so I'm going to copy paste this function to a new cell below here. The reason why I want to do this is I want to leave this version as such for you when you come back to refer this code. But whenever you're making updates to one particular function, you should always stick to updating just that function and not making copies of it. So let me go ahead and paste it here. I want to define a new parameter called indent, and the default value for indent is going to be 0. That's going to be the first level of objects over here, which are going to be items inside the outer list. So what do we want to do with this indent in recursive case? We just want to increment indent value by 1, correct? Because we want to deal with the next level of nesting by adding more indentation to it. So the place where you're actually displaying the items is inside the base case. So that's where you'll have to incorporate this whole indent. So what do we do with the indent? We calculate the number of spaces that we want to print depending on the indent level. So let me go ahead and define a variable called spaces, and I'm going to multiply spaces by the current value of indent, and I'm going to add the spaces before we print the bullet point over here. So let's go ahead and test this particular version of the solution. Looks like it's working without any issues, right? So you have A in indent level 0, B in indent level, 1 in indent level 1, and the Roman 1 in indent level 2. Right, so I will be wrapping up today's lecture here. I will not be going through demo problem 2, but a solution for demo problem 2 is provided here. Please make sure to go through that particular solution.